pleasure to be back here at the Zurich Precious Metals Summit. I'm here with a very interesting and unique story in the gold mining space. I'm here with the president and CEO of GMIN Ventures. Louis, thank you very much for taking time and giving us an overview of what is, well, I just said, a pretty unique story. Not many companies have the ability to build their own mine, have the technical know-how. So GMIN Ventures is related to another company which has built many mines successfully. So if you could give us a little bit of overview what the background is on GMIN Services and GMIN Ventures.
Yeah. So essentially a lot of the principles of GMIN Ventures comes from the engineering and construction business. So we've built up a track record of building mines for other companies over the years, and we've done that successfully, building them on time and on budget, and with good safety records as well. So it came to a point where we said, well, it'd be really interesting to have our own company, build our own mine for our shareholders, and be a big shareholder in this business, which we are.
And so you're building a gold mine in Brazil that is almost construction is almost two-thirds complete.
Yeah.
So give us a bit of a timeline of how we should look forward towards production and the total amount of production, because this is a pretty sizable mine.
Exactly. I mean, we're super excited by all the progress that we made since we made an official construction decision in September of last year. So we're 64% complete as of the end of October, with a lot of things now being de-risked at this point. So for example, all the major earthworks for the project, so roads, tailings dam construction, mass excavations, will be complete by the end of the year. Our transmission line, which is a long line, 193 kilometers, is 94% complete now. We're looking to get that completed before the end of the year. So a lot of big components on our project are very de-risked, and now it's really just final stages of execution in the process plant.
Which for your team is not much of an issue because you've built many mines in the past. What is the last stage before the mine hits production in the coming year?
Yeah, so from now, the focus is on the process plant, and the mine has been running already for several months, day and night already. So the mine is essentially in an operations mode already to start stockpiling ore ahead of in front of the plant before we start commissioning activities. So the idea is we're looking to start putting ore through the plant in June, July. And then reach commercial production in the second half of next year.
Fantastic. And what kind of production levels are you looking at?
So we have 2 million ounces of reserves, which gives us 10 and a half years of mine life, and we'll average 175,000 ounces a year. For the first 5 years, that's a little higher at about 200,000 ounces.
And what are the economics of this project look like?
They're really attractive, obviously. We did our feasibility study at $1,600 gold, which was a base case price, which was generating for us 24% rate of return on the project. Mm-hmm. Obviously, at current price levels, we're looking at a valuation that's anywhere between $800 to $1 billion US, in our view, at current gold prices.
What kind of costs are you looking per ounce?
I mean, we're going to be in the range of 700 AISC in terms of costs. Part of that is, like we've invested in the transmission line to get access to clean, cheap, renewable power. That's going to be around 6 cents a kilowatt hour. That gives us a very low cost base for our power. We are doing self-perform on the mining, so we bought all the fleet and we'll be operating it. So that'll be very efficient for us, and we have a low strip ratio. So a lot of things leading into this low AISC that we project.
So a lot of mining companies, just to kind of touch again on this, when they build a mine or they're operating, they contract this out.
Yeah.
And in your situation, this is not the case.
No, that's the typical model. Is companies engage engineering and construction companies that will build a project for them. Obviously, they're not building it for free. They're looking to make a good margin on whatever they do. And I think they're there to make a profit. So their interests are not necessarily aligned, but that's where I think our model and the fact that we're doing it with our team, we don't incur those type of risks with third-party contractors.
After this mine starts to get up and running, you're going to have some nice cash flow. What do you plan to do with that? Are you going to look at replicating this model with another mine potentially, or what do you?
Absolutely. I mean, our objective is to become an intermediate gold producer, grow this with having multiple assets, multiple mines operating. Our view is looking to get to 500,000 ounces of production. So that's building at least a second mine that will give us around 200 plus thousand ounces to get to that level. So there's that. There's M&A and building a pipeline of projects, and then there's exploring on our very large land package that we have that we'll be really pursuing come next year when we're generating cash flow.
That's amazing. So you've kind of come out of nowhere and turning it. Hopefully, you're targeting to become an intermediate gold producer. I think this story is something a lot of investors are not either aware of or because it's so new, and then it's such a unique story though that I think it's going to really stand out here. So how do you, what kind of interest are you getting from investors, and how is the market value currently?
I mean, so far, to be honest, we've performed well. In the last, call it year to date, we're up 84%. I mean, the view is we're transitioning from being a developer to a producer. So if you just look at peer group PNAV multiples, we're in that process of transitioning to being a producer and getting our value recognized better in the market. So yeah, I think we're kind of halfway there in terms of transitioning to being a producing company. So we still see upside in our valuation and share price.
Fantastic. Well, it's a very interesting and exciting period for the company. Really looking forward to following how the construction progress continues, and then into next year when production hits in the middle part of the year. So congratulations on the current success, and looking forward to following it in the coming year.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Your show.